Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to hell. My name is Brennan from Bad Ideas, and today's the day we find out, can you beat Pokemon Sword with a team of a single Blipbug? Let's go over the rules. In combat, I will only be allowed to use a single Blipbug. No items will be allowed in battle. Only held items and items outside of battle can be used. For mandatory double battles like those in Raihan's gym, a second low-level Blipbug will be used so that it gets knocked out right away and the main Blipbug can take on the fight solo. For those of you who may not be familiar with it, Blipbug is this cute little thing right here. It's a first-form Bug-type Pokemon that eventually evolves into the Bug Psychic-type Pokemon Orbeetle, but we won't be seeing that today. The main reason I chose Blipbug for this reason is, well, just look at the name of this channel. It's a bad idea. Trademark. Let's look at the stats. Yep, you're seeing that correctly. They total to a measly 180, making it tied for the second worst in the game along with Sunkern, only beat by Wishiwashi in its solo form. At least those other two Pokemon have some decent type coverage available to them in order to compensate for their bad stats. Blipbug learns a single move in its entire life. Struggle Bug, a weak 50 power special attacking move that also lowers your opponent's special attack when it hits. That's it. Oh well, so what if it doesn't learn anything by leveling up? At least there's some good TMs it can learn. Oh, it can't learn any of those either.
Why am I doing this to myself?
Surprise, surprise, it can't learn anything by Move Tutor either. It can learn some egg moves if bred properly, but I want to try to do this with the kind of Blipbug that the game provides you rather than custom breeding one. Although I do have one waiting in the wings if necessary, I hope to not have to use it. Let's get it on. So obviously there's no randomizer for this game yet, so the first battle against Hop has to be fought with my starter. For those of you wondering, I chose Grookey so that Leon would end up with Cinderace, the hardest one for us to fight. Maybe I'm a masochist. Anyway, I named her Sisyphus in a nod to the Greek myth, look it up kids, and I immediately maxed out her special attack EV stat. This is the first time I've ever done any EV training, by the way. You notice that she's level 31 already? Well, Twitch only keeps VODs for 14 days and I let the first part expire, so yeah. By the way, follow us on Twitch on twitch.tv/bad_IDOYT where we stream all sorts of fun stuff. Link in the description. Anyway, we arrive in Modestoke so our journey could begin in earnest. Head up to get registered for the gym challenge and put our uniform on. I picked number 824 because that's Blipbug's Pokedex number. Now that we're officially registered, it's time to make our way to the first gym, but of course, Hop's there on the bridge because every time you cross a bridge, you need to fight Hop. It's in the rules somewhere, I don't know. Since we're so overleveled, it's a pretty simple sweep. Nothing special to talk about here, so let's move on. Head on into the mine and meet Bidet? How the heck do you say his name? Anyway, since he uses Psychic types, he's the only easy rival fight we get all game. Combine that with being overleveled and you have yourself a sweep. Eat it, you pink prick. In Turffield now, and we head straight to challenge the first gym. Herd some sheep and complete the challenge, and we're on to Milo. I am so thankful that we have type advantage in this first gym. I know it's only going to get worse from here. Gossifleur and Dynamax Eldegoss both go down pretty easy, and we snag our first badge of the run. Run into Hop again, and since it's on a bridge, we are required by law to battle him. Here's where we run into the first real brick wall of the run, Hop's Corvisquire. I knew going in that eventually he would use a Corviknight that quad resists us, so I've been dreading facing this thing from the start. We're only doing a quarter of its health in one attack, which is just too weak right now. One Leer and one Peck, and we're one shot, and we lose. We're at level 31, and we're too weak to beat the rival fight just after the first gym. I go and do some max race to get some candy and level up my Bug of Destiny, and eventually at level 38 we get this run, where Corvisquire for some reason goes for Fury Attack instead of lowering our defense, and we survive long enough to take it down. All that's left is Drizzile, and... Wait, hang on a second. That rule was never there in the first place, and you can't convince me otherwise. Anyway, Drizzile goes down and we can finally proceed. Speeding right along to Hulbury, we meet Nessa by the lighthouse. We exchange pleasantries, and I immediately challenge the water gym. Nessa was one that I was worried about because I was pretty sure her Dreadnought knew a rock-type move, but it turns out it didn't even need to know it because we faint to one max geyser. 6 tries, 41 minutes later, and we are at level 42, and we get this run where we're lucky and Dreadnought uses max darkness, which allows us to survive and take him down. This is the second gym, and we already have to be level 42 just to have a chance. This does not bode well. Head on into Galar Mine number 2 and fight Bidet. Let me know in the comments how to pronounce this guy's name. Whoever I decide is right gets a free prize. Off to the third gym in Modestoke, and we end up fighting Marnie, who has the best music in the entire game. She has a Krogunk who quad resists us, a Scraggy, and we actually managed to get all the way to her Morpeko, but we go down to one bite. I saw this screen a lot while doing this run. Second try, and we heal up on Morpico's first turn instead of dying, wait for it to switch to Dark type, and finish it off for the win. Now it's time to face the gym in Motostoke, and here's where some people thought that this would kill my entire run, the battle with Kabu. But it didn't, did it, Johnny? It didn't. He's the Fire-type leader, and Fire both resists and is super effective against bugs, so I'm in for a rough go. Here's how it went. His first Pokemon is Ninetales. I send out my trusty Bug Buddy and hope for the best. We almost instantly lose despite being up by a bunch of levels, and the 2 Pokemon that I caught for the gym challenge, which I was unable to get rid of before challenging this thing, go down as well. The Sizzlipede actually manages a lucky KO on Ninetales, but I have to lose the battle anyway since it's a Blipbug solo run. I decided to end that stream there and do some off-stream grinding. I came back the next day at level 78. Here's our stats. Since we're about 3 times the level of our opponent, it only took a single try to get things handled. Still, there's something to be said about having to power level this much by the 3rd gem. We add our fire badge to our gold ring thing and move on to the next challenge. We meet Hop outside of Stow on side and have another battle with him. We simply aren't doing much damage against his flying type, so I decide to roid her out with some X special attacks. They really raise our damage output and can finally get us past his flyers. I'm going to be using a lot of them. We make our way through his team, and it's time to take on the gym leader, B. We make it past her Hitmontop and Pangoro, and almost make it past Surfetch, but he uses Sword Dance and Revenge and takes us out with no problem. I'm going to have to use X items to get past it. I set up on the Hitmontop, and things go much better our second try. We turn Giant and take out Machamp and add the Fighting Badge to our collection. We thrash Boss Bidet with ease and make our way to Balonali to fight the Fairy Gym leader, Opal. First up is Weezing, who quad resists us. I realize I'm saying that a lot in this video. Anyway, we Hulk out on X special attacks and take it down pretty smoothly. Up next is Togekiss, who, you guessed it, quad resists bug-type moves. We get some boost to our stats by answering questions correctly and manage to survive. Mawile is third, quad resist, blah blah blah, X special, plus 40 levels equals we win. Last is her G-Max Alchemy. We win the battle of the big boys and claim the Fairy Badge from Opal. We're back at Hammerlock now, and we head east. Another bridge, another compulsory hop battle, but thankfully this time he doesn't have any flying types, so we sweep him with no problem. We get to Sirchester and take on Gordy, the rock-type gym leader. 6 tries later, and we finally get this battle where our X defenses hold us on just long enough to finish setting up, and we can take down Barbaracle. Shuckle is up next, but since we're set up, we take it down fast. Stonejourner was a major hassle due to it using Wonder Room, which flips everybody's defense and special defense, so I decided to make my bug Grobe to take it down before it takes me down. His last Pokemon is Colossal, and we get into a little dance where he hits me and I heal and so on. Eventually I wear him down and get the win, earning us the Rock Badge. We go fight Hop in front of the Hot Spring Bridge in Sirchester and get to one of the 2 Pokemon I've been dreading having to fight, his Corviknight. Just listen to this from the stream. See how little damage I do because it quad resists. 3 tries later, and I managed to set up fully on Dubwool, which allows us to take on Corviknight at our best. With a little help from the hail, we barely managed to take it down. One more turn and we'd have been in a healing dance. I sweep through the rest of his team, no problem, and move on. We hit the battle with Marnie outside Spikemouth and run into a massive problem that I didn't think about. Her Liepard knows Torment. Torment is a move that makes a Pokemon unable to use the same move twice, but we only have 1 move. So what happens in that case? That's right, it counts us as having no moves left and forces us to use Struggle, a weak move that damages us massively every other turn. And it doesn't have a set turn limit either. It's with us until we either switch out or faint, which we can't do without losing the battle. Plus, her second Pokemon is a Toxicroak who quad resists us. Naturally, we're going to lose for a bit until we get a lucky run. A couple tries later, we manage to sneak past Toxicroak and carefully work our way through Marnie's team, struggling every other turn until we're paralyzed and confused with 16 health left, but we pass all the checks and get the win. Up next is Pierce, the Dark-type gym leader. This one didn't give us too much trouble after we set up. It's one of the few gyms that we actually have a slight type advantage over, and we pick up the Dark Badge. Last is the Dragon Gym, led by Raihan. Every single battler in his challenge is just a double battle, which you can't do unless you have a second Pokemon. So if the question is, can you beat Pokemon Sword with a single Blipbug, then the answer is sadly no. So I caught yet another low-level Blipbug to use for these fights. I named him Third Wheel at the request of my chat. Since it's so weak, it dies literally the first attack, but while it technically still has a single turn before it faints, I can use that to double down on X items. Call it cheap if you want to. This is my video. Go make your own and tell me you don't need to do this to win. We make our way through the 3 trainers and unlock the gym battle. Even Raihan's gym battle is a double battle, which means Sisyphus has to take on 4 Pokemon 2 at a time. I give it a few tries, but at my level, which is 81 by the way, it's just not happening. Gigalith's Rock Blast is just too much for us to survive right now. Alright, I knew I was going to have to max out before I could finish this game, so I just went ahead and did that. Finally, at level 100, we're back for more tries, and I run into a little issue that I never knew about. Gigalith apparently has an absurdly high crit rate for some reason, and since crits bypass stat changes, we lose a lot of attempts to that and just to Gigalith in general. I decided to leave in the audio from the stream here so you can all taste my misery. That had to have been a crit, yeah. Another... Wait, what? 2 crits in a row? Avoid it? No, it's not gonna avoid it. This is 3, I'm done. Nope, it's 4, I'm done. Nope, it's 3. Damn it, alright. I'm not the weird one here.
God damn it! Are you kidding me?
A few tries later, and I managed to avoid Gigalith's 99.9% crit rate and take them both out after setting up. Next up is his G-Max Duraludon, though, so... Oh. We one-shot it. Cool. Well, that's how we got the Dragon Badge. We now defeated all the gym leaders and are on to the Champions Cup. We are at the game's equivalent to Victory Road, and I come across the fiercest trainer in the entire game, Cabby Jeffrey. He has a Corviknight, and I almost instantly lose. Fortunately, there's a second path I can take to avoid him. Who isn't avoidable, however, is Hiker Donald, who has a Gigalith and a Rhydon, both of which can one-shot me despite me being twice their level. 3 attempts and an X item set up later, and we finally make it past. First up in the tournament is our pal Marnie, and like the last time we fight her, Liepard puts Blipbug under Torment, so we have to use Struggle every other turn. Fortunately, we have type advantage against a large portion of our team. We managed to take down the Liepard and Scrafty, Toxicquote quad resists but feints, and Morpeko is pretty much a non-threat. Grimmsnarl gives us some trouble and puts us into a potion dance for a little bit, but it eventually falls to Blipbug as well, and we move on to the finals. The finals are, of course, against Hop. He leads off with Double, which is the perfect Pokemon to set up on, and once we're roided out, we take it down with ease. Next up is the big challenge in Corviknight, and despite being level 100 with max special attack EVs and 3x special attack boosts, we can only do half damage to this thing in one attack. Good lord. We managed to hang on and take it down due to our defense being so high, and it's on to Pinchurchin, and I feel like flexing after I took out Corviknight, so I Dynamax for absolutely no reason. It goes down, and fourth is Snorlax, and it goes down the same way. Last is Inteleon, and it's time for Kaiju battle, which we win in one shot. Captain Yowie Hands goes down in one shot, and Hop is finally defeated. We're on to fight our way up Rose Tower with Hop because we're hungry, and Leon said he'd buy dinner, when we're confronted by Oleana. Her team isn't super crazy, though, unlike her, and we manage to take it and her G-Max Garbodor down on the first try, get our dinner, and rest up for the finals. Before the finals can begin, though, we're challenged by the boss Bidet one last time, but since we have neutral damage against his team and we're level 100, we beat him on the first attempt. Next up is Nessa, who has changed her team quite a bit from the gym challenge. She leads off with a Golisopod, which thankfully isn't a huge issue. I lose one attempt to an unexpected speed tie and almost lose another to her G-Max Dreadnought. We can't take it out in one hit, and it hits us with Max Rockfall, which takes us all the way down to 26 HP. Thankfully, the Sandstorm it kicks up doesn't do enough damage to knock us out, and we hit one last Max Flutterby to take her out. The next round is a rematch with B, who leads off with a Hawlucha, which quad resists us. Hey, here's a drinking game. Take a sip anytime I say quad resist. A sip. Just a sip. I don't want to kill anyone. Anyway, I managed to get my defense high enough to survive and take it out. Now that we're set up, we get by the rest of her team with little issue and win the big boy fight with Machamp to finish her off. It's on to the finals, which are against Raihan. He leads off with a Torkoal who does big damage with his Drought and powered up Lava Plume, and we hang on with just 14 HP. We heal up and get into a little dance where I heal, use an X item, heal again, and so forth until the setup is complete. We sneak past Torkoal and get onto Turtonator, but his Shell Trap only reflects physical damage, so we're fine. Goodra is out next, and it's more of the same. Flygon is Flygon in one hit, and last is Duraludon, who we managed to one-shot and get the victory in the Champion Cup Finals. We are so close, I can almost taste it. It's at this point Chairman Rose decided he just can't wait another second to solve an energy crisis that won't take place for 1,000 years, and triggers the Darkest Day, which means we have to go fight him. He leads off with an S-Cavalier who unfortunately knows Swords Dance and can match our raised defense by raising his attack at the same rate, and also uses Mega Horn, which is a strong physical bug move. Defense is like our worst stat, and we can't hang on long enough to get by him. It's time for a new strategy, and by new strategy, I mean just healing up until it runs out of Mega Horns. Once it runs out of Mega Horns, we get lucky and it chooses to use Drill Run, a move we resist, and we can take it out. The rest of his team can't really hurt us, so we manage to defeat them all, and it's on to Eternatus. We get the help of some friendly doggos just passing by and catch it. There's only one more battle separating me from the title of Best Pokemon Challenge Runner in the history of ever, the Champion Leon. All of Leon's Pokemon have decent type coverage moves, and one attempt was all I needed to realize that we're going to need to buff our special defense as well, so after one failure, I go back and buy the other X items I need and head back to Winden Stadium. I set up completely on Aegislash because it doesn't have anything that is super dangerous and can hurt me, and once I've injected all the steroids into this tiny little bug girl, the fight is on. Aegislash goes down, and up second is Cinderace. It falls to 2 Struggle Bugs, and next out is Dragapult, who does the same. It's at this point I realize we only have 8 Struggle Bugs left and 3 Pokemon to get through. This is going to be close. Thankfully, Haxorus only takes 1 Struggle Bug, and out comes Seismitoad, who also gets one shot by my buff bug. I'm going to just skip the commentary here and leave the whole Charizard fight from the stream VOD. Enjoy. It all comes down to this! Here we go, baby! Here we go, Blipbug versus Charizard. Alright, so he's going to G-Max first. I should Dynamax as well. I don't think whatever it does would kill me, unless it gets a crit. Alright. Dynamaxing for the health boost. My special defense is way better than my regular defense. Plus, my attack lowers special attack. So, I actually might be able to pull this off. Let's see how much I do on 1 max Flutterby. Alright, about a third. G-Max Wildfire, yep. Just don't crit, just don't crit, just don't crit, just don't crit, just don't crit. Oh, that did almost nothing! We're in the clear! I can take at least one more of those. Plus I'm lowering his special attack again. Max Airstream. My defense is roided out too. Okay, okay. You know what? I'm gonna heal just to be safe. I'm gonna heal just to be safe. We can finish this non-Dynamaxed. Oh, one more! One more! Yes! It dodges! Just hit! Just hit! Just hit! Just hit! I'm the best trainer! Yes! Yes! I did it! Oh my god, a single Blipbug beat the whole game! Yes! Oh, my hell is over. I don't know why I ever did this to myself, but yes! Pure joy, and I've now proven that you can take the objectively worst Pokemon in the game and find a way to win with it. Can you beat Pokemon Sword with only a single Blipbug? No. Can you beat it with a single Blipbug and steroids? Absolutely. It's over. I'm the best challenge runner in the world because none of the other ones are stupid enough to try and do this better. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and or subscribe, and also stop by the streams where we do this live all the time. Twitch.tv/bad_idea YT. Thanks a lot, everyone, and I'll catch you next time.